He did it anyway. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Right, you just missed it. Max just pushed Shadow out of my lap. Now Max thinks she needs to be on my arm. Well, you can't be on my arm because that's my glass lifting arm. Yeah. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, it is 7 o'clock on a Monday. It is Monday, right? Yeah. every day, every day's a Monday. Actually, I don't mind Mondays for the most part. Mondays are a great day to set the tone for the rest of the week, which I hope isn't the case. Because I spent all morning trying to fix a computer. And then I got a little bit of work done, and then I spent some time with Dad, and I'm tired. Really tired. I'm so tired. Anyway. Oh, so today's topic is chaos. Jesus. Speaking of which, what? Good evening, Neo. How's it going? Happy Monday to you. It's a good Monday. I've got rain going on for the past hour. It's been nice. Um, Spent some quality time with Paul. Um, didn't get very much done today because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Hopefully, Ty's computer's working now, so I don't have to worry about it. It was working when it left here, so anything does to it after that, that's on him. Um, what else? Not a whole hell of a lot, to be honest. I had to deal with some video stuff for my client and planning out more articles this week for another client. Then I spent the morning trying to fix traffic issues on the blog. I realized why I wasn't getting as much traffic as I should. I just gotta figure out how to fix it. So at least I identified the damn problem. Oh, it's just been one of those days, you know? I would love just a week of no chaos at all. Nobody needing anything from me. Would love a month and a half at a hotel. I liked living in the hotel, even though it was like at the height of COVID, so nothing was open. Couldn't use the pool or the hot tub. But some of the best sleep I've had in a very long time, and it was nice. Being isolated. But then there's days where I really don't want to be isolated. That's one of the hard things about working at home, is that sure, it's cool, you can make your own hours and everything seems kind of hunky-dory and fine, but then you're also missing a lot of the social aspect. And so I really miss hanging out with people and going to company parties and Christmas parties and barbecues and crap like that. I miss the social interaction of actually working at a corporation. It's funny. But if you think about it, I've been working from home in my own little spot since 2013, February of 2013 to be exact. Let's see, Neo says, I'm trying to get this assignment turned in so I can get my final grade for my grad class. Right now I'm an A-, then sign up for a lot of food places. Awesome. That's cool, A-. Good job. To see what I can get for free for my birthday tomorrow. It was my sister's idea. Well, yeah, might as well. A lot of places will give you like free meals and shit for your birthday. Trying to think, I don't know if there's any offhand I can think of, but happy early birthday. So, that sounds like fun. I miss holding good conversation with people. I don't do much of that working from home. Exactly. They really don't go into detail when you're like, oh yeah, be a freelancer, work from home, be your own boss, work in your pajamas. I don't do any of that shit. I don't work in my pajamas. I can make my own hours, but since I'm a freelance writer, most of my clients are businesses, so I have to keep the same business hours anyway. See? Chaos. My cat is chaos. My kids are chaos. My work is chaos. But, you know, they don't go into all the other other stuff, because you do get kind of isolated at your house. And now that you have like Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that other good stuff, there's really no reason to leave the house. And it gets, social media can only go so far. Like Zoom and Slack, like I'm in contact with everybody from the company through Slack at all times, but it's just not the same. Um, I miss hanging out with people. And when you're doing it for almost 10 straight years, it gets kind of, I wouldn't say it gets old, but it does wear you down. And I don't know. It just, maybe I'm just too stressed. Maybe I need to drink more. They make working from home with a young child look easy too, right? See, and I started, my girls were 4 and 2-ish. Let's see. No, they were a little bit older than that. They were, let's see. So if it was 10 years ago, next February, that's Sky's birthday. So she would have been 8, and my youngest would have been 6. So that wasn't too bad. But, yeah, I really miss leaving the house. Like, that's part of my problem, I guess, because anytime Sam says, let's go shopping, or we're ready to go shopping before she goes to work, so like in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, let's go. But then I realized I just chewed up like 2 hours of my day. So it's, I don't know, it's not as cracked up as all everybody makes it to be. It's incredibly stressful, especially when you think about all the things you have to take care of. Your own insurance. How is your retirement plan coming? You have to set money aside for taxes. If you want to take a vacation, you got to make sure you save up enough not only to afford the vacation, but affording the time off. They don't take into consideration sick leave. Like a lot of freelance writers are paid per project. So if you're too sick to work, you're not making any money at all. I'm lucky because one of my clients, actually both of them, I'm on a month-to-month retainer, which means I get paid whether there's work or not. And so that's kind of nice to some degree. Problem is that there's days where I put in a ton of time, well past what I'm worth, what they're paying. But then there's days where I hardly work at all. So it kind of balances out over the long term. Will you quit? But a lot of people don't have that option. So they get paid per project. So if you're too sick to work, you're not getting money. If you're on vacation and you're not working, you're not getting money. And a lot of people say, well, I can work on vacation. And I used to. And that's fine. I've written plenty of articles while being on vacation. Problem is that it sucks. It's no longer a vacation. It's a working vacation. And you're too stressed out about the work. So you don't really enjoy yourself or take any downtime. And downtime, when you quit, is where it's all about. Or the whole reason why you take a vacation or have weekends is so you can have downtime. It's one thing I'm against hustle culture, if you don't know. I'm not a big fan. Try to hustle hard and get it done as much as possible. Burn yourself out before you're 30. Sounds like a plan. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just being old and worn down and tired, and I just wish things would just work like they used to back in the day. But no, we had to go and invent the internet, invent social media. Humanity at its finest. Oh, I sound like a pessimist. I'm not really all this much of a pessimist. It's just having a bit of a down day, and it started with being stressed out this morning, like I was hyper stressed, and then I got to calm down a little bit, and then Dad showed up. And don't get me wrong, I love spending time with Dad, but then we started talking about my brother, and he's still not doing well with it, because he's one who found my brother, and so he has like a lot of PTSD going on, so like loud noises and stuff freak him out because he was there to hear the gunshot. So he's doing better, but not as well as he should, I guess. I don't know. But at least you left here with a smile and laughing, so that's what I'm here for. But after that, and then I started feeling the downers. like my. I sat here thinking, what am I going to talk about tonight? Like, oh yeah, let's talk about chaos. Why not? Because the whole day has just been chaotic as shit. Most of my life is chaos. But like I was talking to Sam about today, 60% of my chaos is self-imposed. 40% is chaos I have no control over. So all I can really do is find comfort in the chaos and try to survive it. Thank you very much for the hug, Neil. I'll be fine. I have no choice. I tell me that a lot. I tell myself that a lot because I don't. I don't have a choice. I have to be okay. So, here's to being okay. Yeah, anywho, one person's here tonight. 7-Eleven. It's all good. Oh, dealing with triggers, loved ones, and the unexpected are hard to deal with sometimes. Yeah, like, I don't know, there's times that like, we're still getting, I was really, really close with my brother. Aside from Sam, my brother was the only one who could get me out of the house. And we'd go golfing and, all kinds of, God, we had some great times. And, so it's still kind of hard dealing with that. Uh-oh, look at that. YouTube is starting to give me issues. Yay. I don't know if it's YouTube. I bet it's Comcast. But anyway, so dealing with all that's pretty rough. And there are days where it's kind of hard. But, you know, life goes on as callous as it may sound. And Dad kind of pushed it a little bit because he brought Brian's golf clubs over for me. And Brian's ex wasn't going to give them to me. And she was going to keep them for herself. And like, she doesn't even fucking golf. A. B, the set's way too big for her anyway. Somehow Dad finagled them. I'm thinking he stole them. But he brought them to me today, so now I have my brother's golf clubs. I don't know if I'll use his Ping driver, because I love my Callaway. But I'm definitely going to use this putter, because mine sucks. Oh, or do you force yourself to be okay? I have to force myself sometimes. There's days where all I want to do is curl up on a couch and, like, just veg. All I want to do is just throw on something on Hulu or Netflix and just be done and say fuck the rest of the world. Then there are days like today where I'm like, I can't do that because people need me and I gotta do what I can to survive it. So I just push through. I always push through. Oh, but there are days where I would love to just not do jack and shit. That'd be great. Like tonight, I think if we get done by 8, I think I'm gonna slide out my my beanbag chair into the middle of my living room, which is clean finally, and make some popcorn and throw something on Netflix and just be done. Because you got to have that downtime. If you don't, then you get stabby. And not in the good way. Not in the good Las Vegas way either. But yeah, there are days. It gets pretty hectic. So anywho, yeah. Quick topic, huh? This is part of my being my hectic, chaotic world. Is this weekend I cleaned the living room, finally, so that I could play the Xbox. And then I was gonna clean the kitchen, but then I'm like, fuck, now I gotta get Brian on the mind now. I gotta get Ty's computer ready. So I had it in pieces. Power supply, or the heatsink fan for the CPU broke. So like, shit. So I went through all the different computers I have here to try to find a replacement. Couldn't find one that worked. It's like, son of a bitch. So I guess I'm going to Micro Center first thing in the morning. So I talked Sam into staying because she was supposed to be in, or take Arabeth to her school at like noon, which is on the other side of Colorado. So I got up and made sure everything was ready to go. I worked as much as I could first thing in the morning. Then we went out to Micro Center, pick up a new heat sink and fan. Came home, put it together. So I got, if you think about it, I've been on the run since like Saturday. Haven't got steps at all. I have lost 4 pounds, but luckily I didn't get to go to the gym this morning because I had to work, so that I had time to go to Micro Center. So it's just, there's days where too many things will just pile on. And a big chunk of success isn't necessarily the actions you take, but how you persevere when shit goes south. And so I'm persevering. I can handle it. I will. I have no choice. And so I keep pushing. I keep going forward and seeing what I can do. Because I don't like to lose. Never give up. Never surrender. My favorite quote. But there's, kind of hard to survive it sometimes. Let's see, with Shadow and Max laying right next to you, movie night. Yeah, they will too. As soon as I go outside and I slide that chair over and I sit down, everybody comes and visits. Like, why are you out here? So I'll get Cloak and Max. Shadow doesn't usually get on me when I'm on the beanbag chair, but Cloak and Max will, and Sabi. Sabio will try to figure out a way to get on there. And, I don't know, that'd be nice. I saw the videos you and Sam posted yesterday. Yep, on Crossing Colorado. I think I'm going to change mine to Mondays, though, because it seemed like it was just too much all at once. Like, she uploaded hers almost seconds before I did mine. In fact, I purposely tried to give it a pause. We got done at the same time. And so I think I'm going to probably schedule mine to come out on Mondays, so that way people have adequate time to watch Sam, so that mine doesn't bury it. So, yeah. I'll still record on Sunday. I'll just schedule it for Mondays. But yeah. So there's that. Chaos. But I have been able to handle chaos for like a very long time. Most of my life, actually, has been chaotic in some form or another. But lately, it's just been a different kind of chaos. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I'm like, I just need a moment. So I took a moment today. After everybody left, I did some work. At about 3:30, I said, you know what? I'm taking a moment. Because, I will crash if I don't. So you gotta, once you start recognizing those points, that's when you take a break. Because if you don't, you will crash and burn. I did that in epic proportions in 2016. I crashed in a fantastic manner. But, if it wasn't for everything that happened back then, I wouldn't be where I am today. That was back when my heart stopped, and I was on a fast track to, I can't say that I was suicidal, but I was slowly killing myself. I became lethargic, I didn't do anything, I sat home and didn't do shit. And the stress was getting too bad, and my heart said, you will change, or I will force you to change. And there we go. Disney Plus has the Orville? Huh. Oh, yeah, they would. Disney owns Hulu. Anyway, if you can't get a moment to, let's see, if you can't, oh, Jesus, sorry about my daughter. I'm going to send her a picture because I don't know if people just like forget. Disney Plus, no shit. Whoops. Oh, okay, that worked. Send. Anyway, if you can't get a moment to take the time and give yourself a moment. If you can't get a moment, you have to take it. Okay. I said that so wrong. Attempt number 2. If you can't get a moment, you have to take the time and give yourself a moment. Yes. Like I did today. I was sitting here and it's just, you feel it. Like, I'm gonna crash. Stop texting me. Then stop. Anyway. Yeah. Yep, Max left. You want that spot back? Ugh. Wouldn't be so bad, but she uses her claws to slide down my body. Anyway, but yeah, it's taking a break and trying to sift through the chaos and take a moment. Very important. Then you wind up bottling things up too much and then you explode like a frog on a hot plate. Pop like an overripe zit. Nice visual. Wait, Jesus. Shadow. I love you. Are you done? God. I don't think you want that. Yeah? See, you don't even want to smell it, do you? Like, sniff, sniff. Nah. Good girl. Anyway. Oh, but the fun part is my my oldest daughter is hopefully getting her license on Friday, so I have to give up the car. It's kind of a bummer. I like that Fiat a lot, but just means I have to get my van fixed. Yep, I have a 2006 Chrysler Town and Country with automatic side doors, have the video TV thing in the back where you can watch movies. Yep, I'm a soccer mom. Things on its last legs, though. That van has seen some miles. But that in itself is kind of chaotic, really. I'm stressed. My baby is getting ready to drive, and she's going to be driving herself to school, and I really don't trust the roads that she drives on. Hey, Sam's here. So that kind of stresses me out. But my daughter drives fairly well. She needs to learn to loosen up a little bit. She grips the wheel with white knuckle 210s. But, you know, shouldn't crash anything, so. Hey, Sam, that van sounds nice to me. Yeah, I like my van. I gotta get a tire on it and get a new battery for it, but it has seen some use. It's transported our kids back and forth to Utah. We've been to Pueblo. Things been all over Colorado. Yeah. That van has been used quite a bit for everything. So, stop talking crap. I was saying you're a good driver. Sorry. I take that back. Everybody's an incredibly shitty driver. Huh? Is that better? No, I thought she did really well. Sam's the one who freaks out. Sam's the one that was freaking out because we were like 2 feet from the curb. Oh, you... Mm-hmm. Land, would you? I have no problem petting you. I want you to land. That's my nose. So you can say no. Thank you. Just thank you. Lay down. Now, as long as I don't make eye contact, everything should be fine. Nope, I'm not looking at you. In fact, I'm going to play with my baseball. How about that? Mom is backseat freakout driver that stresses me. Yeah, yeah, she is. That today was amazing, though. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. She had so much space, but if you were to look at Sam, you'd think that Airbeth was about ready to hit a rock or like a mountainside head on. No, it was a curb 2.5 feet away. It's all good. Anywho, wish I had some more news to go over, but like I said, my life is chaos, and I haven't been able to get deck done. Like I was doing great for a little bit, back and forth, but trying to squeeze everything out. Like I have this great idea for a schedule for the rest of the week, if I can manage to get it done without people interrupting me. I want to start at 9 and go to 6 because I found out that if I try to go to the gym first thing in the morning, I can't get my day started at 8. I don't have enough time to get everything done. Hey, Ron, how's it going, buddy? So by the time I get to the gym and get back, it's already like at the very earliest about 7:50. It gives me 10 minutes. I'm soaked with sweat and I need to wind down from my workout, so there's no way I'm going to do that in 10 minutes. So I'm thinking, you know what, let's change my schedule from 9 to 6. And then I'm going to take scheduled break times throughout the day and do big chunks of work like I used to back when I worked for a regular company. So that's going to be the goal, is I'm going to try to maintain that schedule this week. All things, hopefully. Hey, you know, I just had a thought. If Airbeth gets her license on Fridays, I don't have to drive up there to pick them up. So that works. Score. And I have a designated driver. Woohoo! Let's go to the one up. I don't have to call an Uber. That's going to save me like $40 every trip. Spend $40 more on cocktails. Actually, if I go to One Up's a retro arcade bar here in Denver. Apparently they have games from like the 90s and 80s. Like, that'd be perfect for me. So I'd love to go there. So no one will have to drive to pick us up, right? Woot! And we have designated driver. Does that to help provide gas money? Pfft, as if I don't already. Please. Oh, please, it's not like you actually go outside the house. I will, eventually. That's one of the things we're talking about. You missed it. I had a whole conversation about how a lot of people don't really go over the whole aspect of working from home. Is that you never leave the house, and I want to change that. I was going to change that in 2020. That was going to be my year of getting out and meeting new people and mingling. But the world said, nope. We're going to whip a little COVID on you. So I was all set to do it too. I'm like, yep, I'm going to take the light rail, which is at the time, it was only like, what? Not even a mile away from the house. Take the light rail straight into Lodo and hang out at the 16th Street Mall and all the different shops there in lower downtown Denver and just hang out and enjoy myself. But no, we had to have a pandemic. And now, I don't know if I want to go out there because everybody's lost their goddamn mind. The world has gone to shit really quickly. Now, if I go down and hang out at Lodo, they'll probably think I'm creeping out on somebody. But who will drive to Cane's? Chris. Me. Yep. Airbeth will be able to drive her own ass to Cane's. No more, can you drive me to McDonald's at like midnight? Yeah. Take your own damn car. Leave me alone. I do want to get out though. There are still a few more months left of 2022. You could try going out more often now. I could, but the way things are set up right now, I don't think that's possible. Especially like during the week. If I want to be done by 6, that means I'd get, yeah, there's really not much I can do during the week. I wouldn't mind trying to see if I can join a bowling league, though. But who will yell at you when you're driving to Canes? Nobody. She has practiced that drive-through a lot. I want Canes. Not me. I had orange chicken and chicken fried rice from Trader Joe's for dinner. Tasty stuff. I didn't get as much walking or calorie burning as I wanted to, but I've only had 1,600 calories today. That's including my liquor, so... And that is the last of my snacking for tonight, is my drink. I just gotta try to burn... Well, I've burned 2,400 so far. Ow, damn it, cat! Don't fish hook my thumb. Mom will call me and yell at me if she's at work. Yeah. But, you know, it's awesome. I'm kind of excited. I'll miss the car. It's been a long time since I've had a sports car. So, I'm definitely going to get a sports car. Maybe. If I can figure all my shit out. I got so much blogging stuff to do now. I just figured out what a problem was, and it's going to be a lot more... It's going to be a lot more involved to fix the problem than I thought it was going to be. But if I get it fixed correctly, then I should increase traffic to the blog exponentially, like almost overnight. So, here's to fixing. That's just part of what stresses me out. Now I gotta figure out, now we're talking about getting a list of videos so that my client can make their own YouTube or WordPress tutorials. But nobody listens to me, so the one who has a YouTube channel. Whatever. Anybody get any rain? Yes, we are still raining, actually. Oh, nope, looked like it stopped. It rained for a solid hour and a half. And I love it. I enjoyed it. I was outside. When Dad was here, we were... Oh, it's been raining longer than that. Because it was raining when Dad got here, and then it just stopped, so... It's been raining for a good solid almost 3 hours. Much to the delight of my pumpkins. Well, pumpkin plants, I should say. I have one little pumpkin that's this big and looks like it's going to die on the vine. It's just too hot. Michael needs a Subaru. How can you live in Colorado so many years and not have a Subaru? Because I don't like Subarus. I had a Dodge Daytona that I loved. But now I have a 2006 Chrysler Town & Country soccer mom van. I like my van. We got 4/10 of an inch here. Nice. Got some a few days ago. He's not a Subaru person. Yeah, I'm not a big Subaru fan. Vegas got more rain than we did last week. That's pretty sad. Actually, both of your guys are pretty hot areas, so... But they're so sporty. Yeah, so is a Civic, but I'm never gonna own one of those either. Little rice burner. Beep. No. I actually make enough to where I could probably buy a new car. My credit's up enough too, so... I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. But, yeah. So, how chaotic has everybody else's weekend been? Oh, you know what? Let's go over... That's what we haven't done yet. Probably because for like the first 20 minutes it was just me and Neil. Anxiety card. Let's do our anxiety card real quick. Okay, so last week was choose to monotask for 10 minutes. I wonder if that's part of what created so much chaos. I wasn't able to monotask at all. Not by choice. Anyway, If you're feeling anxious, choose one task, do it for 10 minutes. For example, only answer emails or take time to clear off your desk, which is great because I cleared off my desk. I even went out and cleaned the living room. And going through the living room now in the last couple of days, I'm like, God damn, this is what my house is supposed to look like. I still have to clean the kitchen, but at least the living room's done. Dude, Mustang, you only have once. Corvette. Mustangs aren't bad, but I've always been a Corvette person since I was 5 years old. I used to collect model Corvettes, paint them, hand paint them, and everything. I've always been a big fan of Corvette. Chris, was that you I saw at one of the casinos that had water gushing through the first floor? I can't go casino. I'm a writer. I saw a guy that reminded me of you. Nice. I didn't get to write down any of my intentions that day, though. That's okay, because like I've said before, intentions don't really mean much without action to complete them. So, but we were talking about recycling the cards. Sam found new ones that we can do after these cards are done. This says take time to make your soul happy. Self-gratitude and wellness cards. So I think we're going to give these, and they're almost identical to the last ones. In fact, they're made by the same company. So yeah, we'll be giving these a shot once these cards are done. So that'll be fun. My first model car when I was a kid, was a '67 Stingray. Mine was I think I had the '59 before I built a '63 splitback. I think the '59 was first though, because that's a hard one because I made it white and red. I'm trying to remember. I was 5 years old, and I had that '63 splitback on on a shelf for years after I made it. It was forest green. I think, but I'm fairly sure I built the '59 before that. I remember painting it. It takes me back. Those are creepy old bald guys. Yeah, they do. I think everywhere has a lot of creepy old bald guys. Anywho, so yeah, that was our week. Let's choose to monotask for 10 minutes. I didn't do very well on that for the last half of the week, mostly because of things that were outside of my control. So can't really be too upset at myself for that because they were outside of my control, and that's the whole point. Can't be mad at yourself for things that you cannot control. All right, so cool. Yeah, we're halfway through. We've been doing these that long. There's 12 weeks. Here's a nice one. So here we go. Here's the new anti-anxiety card. Spend time among the trees and plants. I love spending time with trees and plants. In fact, I feel bad when I have to cut a tree down. Like we have a crabapple tree out front that has to come down because it has some kind of fungus or critter that is rotting the center of it. I think it's a fungus. It's not just this apple tree or crabapple tree. It was also the neighbors. The last snowstorm we had brought their tree straight down, split it down the middle, just dropped. And I'm worried that if the one out front, it's already lost half of its big branches. The next storm, I'm worried, is going to crush my neighbor's car, and that would be really crappy. So that's got to come down. I'm going to replace it, though, with a pine tree, just so I can decorate it for Christmas. Lights and everything. I like pine trees anyway. But right now I have a big maple out there I have to trim down, trim the dead stuff off of. But yeah, I'd like to have a pine tree out there. But I'm a big fan of trees and plants. In fact, I have My Coleus is in the living room, and she is now, well, from the base to the top, she is standing, I'd say, about 7 feet tall. She's sprawling up my window. And I thought a coleus was like these little cute, cool little cutesy plants that were like small. And so I planted it in with my pine tree. I have a Norfolk pine. And so I planted in there thinking it would be like a cool little base. It'd be like a green and red at the bottom and then a nice little pine tree on top. No, that's not what a coleus does. They vine and they grow quick. She sprawled as soon as I moved into this house. She was only like 2 feet tall when we got into the house. And then we got a trestle right up against my window and met her whoosh all the way up the window. And so she's 7 feet tall and branched out quite a bit. She's broken a few times, so I've transplanted her roots because a coleus is damn near impossible to kill all the way. They're fragile as shit. You blow on it wrong and it'll snap. But you drop that leaf in water and even the leaf will root. These things are hardy as hell. And so we've broken it a few times on accident, and so I feel guilty. Make it root, transplant into another pot. So now I have a coleus that takes over half my piano, and a coleus on the other side of the window, about where my Christmas tree goes, who has taken over that corner of the house. So I've got a house full of coleus that I love. I enjoy coleus. But yeah, I'm all about plants. Hold on a second. I've got people streaming. I love how I have to so these are people who know that I stream on a Monday night on a regular basis. But yet everybody and their dog has to text me on Discord, on the phone, or call me, Slack, email. Like, y'all know. You've known for more than a year that I do this shit on Mondays. Who? KDC, that's who. And Arabeth. Last week it was it Annika? Somebody interrupted last week too. Asking questions. Ty's done it a few times. Sam has done it. Maybe I should just stop doing Monday shows. Because I get interrupted. Fuck it, bitches, I'm out. I text Michael 24/7. Yeah, he does. There was one where he sent me like 4 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I'm not up at 4 in the morning. The fuck is wrong with you? I am 46, man. I can't get up at 4. Guilty as charged. That's okay. The only time it really bugs me, and see, I just got snapped. $50 says it's from Sam. Gee. Okay, so should I show everybody the snap from Sam? Oh, her sticking her tongue out at me. In her defense, though, this is about time she normally sends out her snaps anyway, so. So somebody, what? God, the more popular I get, the more. Fuck you, Chris. The more popular I get, though, the more weird random ass messages I get. Nobody sends me naughty pics on Twitter, though. I kind of feel left out. I did have a stalker for a while, though. That was kind of fun. But they stopped stalking me because apparently I didn't give them the response they wanted. It's kind of hard to placate to a stalker when you just don't give a shit. Because at first they were like trying really, really hard to get my attention. They mimicked my entire account. They used my profile pic, and everything. And their description was, their location was under Michael Brockbank's bed. I'm like, wow, pervert. So I'm like, hey, I got a stalker. So I'm like, block. So they made another account and came back on Twitter again and said, you can't get rid of me that easy. So at that point, I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. And then, just like clockwork, they stopped coming. That's what happens when you just don't give a shit. It goes along the lines of not feeding the trolls, I guess. You're not going to get a reaction out of me because I just don't care. And everybody's like, well, I'll dox you. I'm like, I'm 46. I'm Generation X. And back in my day, doxing was the white pages. There's no threat there. I grew up with that. Sorry. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to affect somebody who just don't care. So, I got naughty pics by text from some strange girl last week. Yeah, Sam showed me. I don't even get that. I don't even get the occasional dick pic, and I kind of feel left out. No, I don't. Nobody needs to do that. Especially if you don't want me laughing at you, because I will. But yeah, there's times where, it's like this one was, I'm nobody. I've seen them before. I don't know. I'll have to read through it. But, yeah. Chaos. Good times. How are you, Generation X? And I am accounted as a millennial. I am 46 years old. I was born in 1976. Generation X runs to 1980, either 1979 or 1980. I'm saying 1979, but Sam thinks or 1980, but Sam says, no, I say 79. She says 80 because she doesn't want to be a millennial. In reality, it really depends on where you get your information from. The dates are different for, I've seen 3 different time periods. So, but since I was born in 1976, I am Generation X. I'm not the ass end of Generation X, but I am Generation X. My boss wants me to write up 5 web pages, so now I have so much work to do. 5, rookie. On a good day, if I stay productive and shit, I can crank out more than 3,000 words before lunch. I used to crank out 10 articles a day on Textbroker, and these were articles that ranged anywhere from 750 to 1,200 words a piece. And so, you just got to get in your groove, man. Once you get into that groove and you know what you're doing, and you got the frame of mind of how you do your research, like the second monitor, bonus. I'm able to crank out, I was doing 750 word articles in 20 minutes for the roofing company on Textbroker. I liked doing those. Never thought I was a big construction fan until I started doing the roof articles for a team I was on, and I learned so much. It was awesome. I really liked doing those. So, quiet. Will you land? But once you get into a groove, KDC, you start getting certain things down. You know exactly how you're going to lay shit out as someone's describing stuff to you, or if you get an order and you're looking at it and you can start planning it out as you're reading it, things just go so much faster. So don't get too discouraged by it. 5 website pages, easy peasy. Just gotta. A lot of people make things out to be way more difficult than they actually are. Litmus test. Who here loves avocado toast? You. That's it. I think Sam might, but can't they just stop the Generation X in 1981? No. Well, I guess they could if they decided to, but then that'd be putting me closer to being a boomer, and I'd rather say no. That's what I need to do, get a second screen. Oh, I'm telling you, the second monitor, when I got that at Textbroker, or when I was working at Textbroker, having that second monitor cut my research time in half. I didn't have to flip through tabs. I could do the research on one screen and write on the other. I was just pounding them out. And so once I set that second monitor up, I damn near doubled my income. It was great. And ever since I did that, never went back to doing, like, if I have to go to one monitor on my laptop, it drives me absolutely apeshit. In fact, I'll actually hook up my laptop to the TV at the hotel room just so I don't have just one monitor, even though I never use the TV for anything but Netflix. So, but if you look at my Instagram account, you'll see that when I lived in the hotel for a month and a half, I had 3 monitors, varying in sizes all the way down. So I had the TV, the big TV in the hotel room, then I had Sam's 32-inch widescrreen, and then I had my 22-inch widescreen. And so it was like big, small. It was really cool looking. And I think at that point, every monitor had a different Marvel superhero on it. It was pretty cool. And I got one foot in both worlds. I'm in denial about being the millennial thing. I don't know if you could be in a denial about a generation. I deny. I don't want to be a millennial. That's why Sam says 1980, because she doesn't want to be lumped into that group either. Though, in Sam's defense, she doesn't act like a typical millennial, so. Generation Y and Z. Millennials. It makes me roll my eyes every time I think about it. I mean, that's 5 website pages, 2 blogs, and 10 emails. They said they have more work for me tomorrow. We have a Zoom call at 3:30 talking about new projects. Hey, show me the money. That's what I say. If you don't have a retainer contract, get one if you want. But with as much work as there's thrown at you, you might want to just not do the retainer and probably go for per project. Make some bank. Don't let people walk all over you. They will. Every business is in business to save money while making money. So they're going to try to run you as far as they can before they have to pay. Make sure they pay. Don't offer anything for free. I complain about millennials until I was told I was one. Aren't you a millennial too? No. Be like that scene from Star Trek. No. Avocado toast with bacon. Ew. Avocados. The only time I like avocados is in like a 7-layer dip or like a 7-layer burrito. Other than that, I can't see how people can eat that stuff. That's like the nastiest freaking fruit. I'll grow them. I kind of like growing avocados, but I haven't tried growing one in a long time. Mom used to grow them all the time in the windowsill. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll try it around. Maybe that's what I'll do. I will build an avocado plant here in Colorado so that we can compete with the Mexican cartels. Keep the money here in the States. I'm a job maker. Oh, look. Someone replied. Cool. I'm going to leave her on red. I'll reply, but add tomato and mayonnaise. Oh, ew, ew, and ew. Okay, mayonnaise and tomato, bacon, toast, great. Avocado with mayonnaise. Sam is cool. She's cooler than most kids in my generation. Sam's cooler than most kids in most generations. Me too. Can you imagine me as a boomer, though? No other boomer would like me. So I was thinking about running for Senate. Let's just throw that out there. Pick one. President or senator. I have 2 avocado trees, 12 inches tall. Nice. I grew from avocados I bought at our grocery store. That's awesome. We were going to try to grow pineapple, but I think, you know what, when it came to the pineapple, I think we didn't water it enough. I think that's what happened to it. So I want to try pineapples again. I don't know if I can grow them here in Colorado. I'm going to try, because don't tell me I can't grow something, because I will. I'll find a way to do it. And so I am going to grow pineapples in Colorado. We're going to call them Colorado pineapples. And it's not going to be some kind of weird euphemism for, like, not euphemism. I can't think of the word. Like Colorado oysters or Rocky Mountain oysters. No, those are ball nuts. Bull nuts. No, we're gonna grow real Colorado pineapples. Maybe I'll make it a. Oh, I could make it a video series on crossing Colorado. I've already been looking at ways to grow basil year round, so I hope they will grow and eventually produce fruit. Well, if they're 12 inches tall, oh, you know what? It depends on how hot it is. They grow in Mexico, so you should be okay. Like this year, I don't think I'm gonna get pumpkins this year. I think it was just too hot. None of the plants came up until recently. I've got one fruit out there. The other, my blue and white pumpkin plants died. They got fried from the heat. The other two mammoth pumpkin plants are growing, but its main vine died, but its sprout is coming back. I don't think it'll be enough for it to actually produce a pumpkin. So I don't know if I'm going to have any pumpkins this year. It's kind of a bummer. We had that heat wave, and that just fucked everything up. I even tried water them every day. It just wasn't enough. It was just too hot. So I'm kind of bummed out. But, you know, it is what it is. Shit happens. That's why I started thinking, I wonder if I can grow them inside. Have a big vine in my living room. Don't think I won't. What's up? But I think it'd be kind of fun. Growing pumpkins in the middle of winter. But anyway, I will do my best to grow whatever is thrown my way. So, even nurses are on TikTok posting emotional videos of themselves at work while their patients are on deathbed. Oh, are you talking about a generational thing? Yeah, I've seen stuff like that. Like that one chick that went on TikTok when her newborn was. Oh my God, I blame social media. World is going to shit. And yes, I didn't shave or have a haircut. Yeah, I don't know. Some people do anything for the camera and a bit of fame. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're going about it the wrong way. They're trying to force their 15 minutes without actually putting in effort. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's why I'm not on TikTok. And the only social media I'm active on is Twitter, and even then, I really don't do a lot of posting. I auto post from the blogs, but most of mine are responses to other people. I rarely ever actually post anything myself, unless it's something goofy on Instagram and then I share it to Twitter. It's funny because I like trying to help people how to become a successful writer, sharing what I've learned over 10 years, and how I was able to go from $25 a week on Tax Broker to being able to buy a house. And it's my squirrel videos that get the most attention. You can't compete with a cute squirrel taking nuts out of your hand. I said what I said. Everybody loves the squirrels. Every time I post a reel on Instagram, fucking blows up. But, whatever. They like the squirrels. I'll keep posting them. Oh, I already know what that is. Anywho, it is 8 o'clock. Let's do our next card, shall we? Oh, we started and we got sidetracked. So this is for our reduce anxiety, find our calm. Peace. Hey, JW Fleming. What's up, guys? Long time no see. What's up? You missed we've been on for an hour. How's it going? We talked about all kinds of stuff. Chaos and, what else? Oh, we were just talking about avocados and toast. and that Neo doesn't want to be a millennial, but she's born the year after, being Generation X. A freelancer tells me I was good at getting around to that. I'm doing the card. Remember, reduce anxiety card. Okay, so last week's was the monotasking. This week we're going to do spend time among the trees and plants. We started talking about this. That's why I talked about my 7-foot coleus and how my living room is damn near nothing but coleus at the moment. I like coleus. It's pretty much the only plant I can have where the cats aren't going to chew it up. And I'm telling you, they are hardy as shit. It's Jasmine. Oh, Jermaine. Oh, I changed my pain name again. Oh, yeah. You even changed your image too. Well, hello. Haven't seen you around for a while, Jermaine. So, I get the whole story of how Michael went from $25 a week on Text Broker to buying a house. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, nice segue, Neo. I didn't even put that together. Well done. I'm telling you, if I had the money to hire you as a marketer, I would. Okay, and you and Chris. Okay, so we started with the spend time among trees and plants. I gotta tell you, the coleus is like an amazing plant. I love my coleus. Congrats on the house. Thank you very much. I love my house. Although I loved having an office before, but I'm too nice of a guy and gave it to Sam. It's okay. I'll get another office eventually. Okay, so spend time among the trees and plants. I don't know how you guys in Texas and Nevada are going to do that. Spend time with cacti. Text broker's dead now. Yeah, it seems that way. Every time I've logged in, there hasn't been like very much work at all. And I logged in a couple times to get screenshots for tutorials and stuff for the blog. And both times I've been in it, there was like no work at all. Like, holy crap. I think everything is switching to more of a traditional outsourcing to an actual freelancer now. Upwork has been slamming it out, and a lot of people go to Upwork now. Upwork refused me, so I won't promote them. I won't even apply now. No, they turned me down. Fuck you. That's how I roll. Well, the reason why they didn't hire me is that they gave me some, probably a default was like they already had enough writers, and so they didn't want any more. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I could tell by reading the email that it was one of those copy and paste rejection letters. Like, people, I have written more than 10,000 pieces of content. More than that. Yeah, more than 10,000 pieces of content for thousands of clients across the globe and made a ton of money. But you don't want me working for your company. So, you know what? Each their own. iWriter is always busy. I have an iWriter account. I just haven't logged in. That's one of the bad things about... I started off with doing text broker content, but I have outgrown it all. Now I have 2 clients right now that are on retaining contracts, and so I make quite a bit of money each month. So it just haven't really felt the need to go back to them, which is kind of a bummer. I'll still promote text broker. That's where I started. That's where I made tens of thousands of dollars. It's what got me started writing in the first place. So text broker will always have a special place in my heart. But being your own freelancer and getting direct clients, much more money. Have you ever written for iWriter, and do you like it? No, I haven't. I have created an account. I think I created the account for a video or a blog post, but I really haven't logged into it since then, and I think I did it last year, so I'll have to look it up. But it's really hard to do stuff like that, because I'm thinking, okay, am I going to spend the time to make $5 when... I wouldn't say it's beneath me nowadays. I've just outgrown it. I'm just, yeah. Once you get to a certain point, you get at a certain point in your success, and you just don't need it anymore. And it's kind of sad. Like I said, I started with TextBroker. I love it. I used TextBroker exclusively for like 4 years. But, you know, you grow. And when you compare making $400 or $500 a week on TextBroker to 1,500, you move on. So I don't make that much, but pretty close at the moment. It's getting up there. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't even do that much. Moving on. One of the clients I helped a couple months ago said she loves the work I did. She's now sending me a video testimonial. There you go. That's what it's all about. Don't be afraid to use content mills, but remember that you will make so much more by getting a good client. And some good clients will keep throwing work your way indefinitely. And I'd rather work with the clients I have now. But that's not saying that if it wasn't for TextBroker, I would not know how to do AP style writing. I got to interact with hundreds of different types of personalities for clients. So it gave me experience in that. It gave me experience on being communicative with those people. And, you know, it was great. But you get to a point where you start branching out and make more money. So that's why I don't do a lot of TextBroker stuff anymore. I'm just beyond it. Anywho, so yeah, long answer to your question, wrong. No, I haven't written any iWriter. I have done stuff for higher writers, and my God, that is, I know that Chris had an okay experience with them. I didn't. I will not promote iWriter higher writers. In fact, I took them off the website as an affiliate. I want nothing to do with them. The pay was shit in comparison. So, yeah. When you got to be aware of companies that say when a company promotes their services as being the cheapest on the internet, that's because they don't pay their writers for shit. So, always keep that in mind. She said she hired a lot of copywriters, but I was her favorite. Okay, there you go. It's great when you get those kind of compliments. Like when I first started writing for my client, they couldn't find anybody that had my ability, skill set, or style. And she looked for like 2 years and could not find anybody that can come anywhere close to how I write, according to her. And now that I took over her position and I started looking for writers, I realized, holy shit, she wasn't wrong. I can't find anybody. Now we're outsourcing, so I'm like, I hate that. That's a long story for another day. Anywho, I think she likes me. Rule 12. Never date a coworker. Okay, so spend time among the trees and plants, especially if you have a coleus. Take a walk in the woods or head to your local botanical garden to lower cholesterol, blood pressure, and pulse rate. And actually, there's a lot of scientific evidence that supports spending time in nature does all those things. And you know how I love my science. So, I don't know about you Las Vegas and Texas people. I don't know how many forests you have. I have a decent sized lake nearby. So I will do that. Actually, it's been a long time since I walked around the lake, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Maybe I'll make that a nightly thing. Instead of riding a bike, I'll go out and just walk around the lake, relax, enjoy the ambiance. Or you can do the botanical garden. But anyway, there is a lot of scientific papers based on how being out in nature does lower your stress level and improves blood pressure and your pulse rate. So that's actually a really spot on piece of advice. Higher writers, you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Good one. We have most I think. I don't know how many people here are going to get that one, Chris. I know the millennials might not. Gen Xers will. Boomers would, definitely. Well, maybe. I know a lot of boomers that really didn't get into Star Wars. Oh. Anywho. So, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns before we wrap this up tonight? It'd be 8:10. I didn't really go over too much with chaos with everybody here. We did most of the chaos talk before everybody started showing up. Too many millennials around these parts, right? I don't get it. That's because you're not even a millennial. You're like Gen Y, man. Watch the original Star Wars. The very beginning, as they're going into Mos Eisley. In fact, it is Obi-Wan who says it to Luke Skywalker. Or Ben Kenobi. Anywho, yeah. Let's see. I think we're going to wrap things up. Yeah. Unless anybody has any questions, comments, concerns. Don't forget that A Freelancer's Tale is available on Amazon right now in ebook and paperback format. It is the story of how I got started as a freelance writer using Text Broker into what I do today. All while facing one of the worst, darkest depressions of my life. Beginning of the year excluded. God, if I would have known, I would have waited. But, yeah, the video, fuck. The book is in the description down below. Or you can also access if you go to WriterSanctuary.com, I also have the Amazon link on the top right. You have the, in the sidebar, if you're using a desktop. If you're on a mobile device, you have to scroll all the way down. Chris, Star Wars, can't remember the character who said it that, though. Yeah, Obi-Wan. I've seen too many memes talking about having the high ground, high ground. love that. High ground, high ground. Robot chicken. Anyway, Michael, what content mills do you recommend? Text Broker. I made the most money on Text Broker, Writer Access, and Fiverr. I stopped using Fiverr because, on average, because I keep track of my spreadsheet, and I will write down when I started a project, when I end, how much time it takes, how many words I wrote, how much it made me. And on average, I was making only $12.50 an hour on Fiverr compared to Text Broker, where I was at that point I was making closer to 16. It was like 15.75 or something like that. So I was making 15 bucks an hour versus 12. So I made more money on Text Broker. But I would have all three tabs open, and I would just keep going back and forth, grabbing whatever work was available at any one. I don't recommend Upwork, and we know why. iWriter seems to be pretty busy. I haven't tried messing around with it. It was pretty easy to set up my account, and if it wasn't for all the other things I have going on, I probably would have tried it out, maybe write one or two just to get the feel of it. But unfortunately, I do have a lot going on, and so it probably just got forgot about. The same with, like, I keep wanting to try more vocal stuff, but I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to write hub pages articles. Forget. Same with Medium. So, I just got too much going on. And it's really hard to go back to doing those things like vocal, Medium, hub pages, writing on Text Broker, Writer Access, Fiverr, and all that other stuff, when you have other things that are already better. Like with vocal, hub pages, and Medium. Sure, I can make a few bucks on them, but I already make quite a bit more bucks, I guess, on my blogs. I own, well, I've got my 3 primary blogs, got Practically Living Green. I can write on any one of those and make more money than I will ever make on vocal or hub pages. And so it's really hard for me to get into the mindset of trying one of those other outlets to make more money, because I could just spend that time working on my own blogs to make even more of that money. So it's really hard to get past that, you know. Michael, you know that Disney Girls book is #1 Amazon. That's the one that's on the iCarly chick, right? I'm glad my mom is dead. Yeah, I watched her interview, and I heard some of the clips that are in the book, and my God, that's a dysfunctional family. I'm glad my mom died, but yep, uh, Jeanette McCurdy is selling like hotcakes. I bet, and she's been all over the place. Um, don't forget the like button before heading out. That's a good point. She said she wanted a title that would get everyone's attention. She was right. Yep. Sometimes it's all it takes. Marketing. Good grief, what a title. um, that's the reaction she was going for. But if you read any part of the book, like even just check out some of the interviews she's done, there was some like her mom was kind of fucked up. So you can get a gist of why she called it that. So, but whatever works. Anywho, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit me up on social media on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. Also, if you go to michaelbrockbank.com, that is essentially the culmination of everything I do online. That's including writing, the gaming, health and fitness, practically living green, videos, my book writing. I have to update Kingmaker. That's my next book coming out. All that stuff. Everything I do online is on that website. And with that, I think we're going to wrap this up. Unless anybody has any more questions, comments, or concerns, they can ask me real quick before we call it a day. I'm going to try to come up with a decent title for next week. Or title. I think we have a good topic for tomorrow on Crossing Colorado for all you people who watch that show with me and Sam. Sam and I. And that's tomorrow. Crossing Colorado's YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 11, 12, 1 Eastern. 11. No, that's backwards. 1 East. No, it's 1 Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific. I don't fucking know. Put it in Google. 11 o'clock Mountain Time. Tuesdays at Crossing Colorado for Fitness in Theory. Have a good night, everyone. Bye, all. Have a good week. Great with the avocado toast. That's, yep. No. No avocados. I don't know. I just don't like the taste of them. Anywho, have a good week, everybody. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next Monday. Hopefully, I'll get some videos out this week, depending on how chaotic everything is. So, noon Texas time. Oh yeah, you're only an hour off. Hope everyone has a great week. Keep pounding the keyboard. See y'all next Monday. Good night, everyone. Good night, guys. And let's try to make our week less chaotic. I say that, but I know it won't be. She knows it too. Yeah. That's part of my chaos.